So I'm one of the, early adopters, if you will, started in academia. And I've just always been so intrigued about what we can do and the impossible things that we can fabricate because of additive. It's just really, awesome for me. There are three, and I spoke about this earlier. The first one is the machines need to be industrialized, and they're not yet. They're really constructed from the OEMs as one-offs, each of them. And so when you open them up and look at them, the same make and model will have different wiring and different ducting, and they'll be installed differently, and they unfortunately give different output on a micro scale, and that's the scale we care about, actually. And so the machines need to be industrialized. We need access to the data, that's two. Some machine OEMs are good and some are less good in terms of how much data they can provide to us. But in order to optimize what we're doing, we really need access to that machine data. And what would be really nice also is from OEM to OEM if that was in a common format. So we don't have to take the time to reformat and transcribe and waste time doing that. Instead, it would be better to use our time doing that modeling of the data, the data-driven modeling, so that we can feed that back into our value stream to optimize the process. And the third, there's one more, and that's culture. And what I mean by that is, training engineers to understand that additive is a viable manufacturing possibility, a modality. Right now, they're trained to design with reduced risk, which is right, which is correct. But we have to do our homework, the industry, to show that we understand how to mitigate the risk, and so that we can have additive as a AM first, modality. And we haven't done that yet. And I think it behooves us as an industry to really create the database and to create the knowledge and to work together, right, so that the additive industry in general moves forward. We are in many standards organizations and committees. So we are, and we are offering several specifications for powder bed in Thai 6.4 as well as ALSI 10FG aluminum alloys. And so these are industry standards that will be produced by SAE. And the intent is to make it easier for the supply base to be meaningful contributors. So that's one. Another is we have key members of our company on committees like ASTM F42, ASME, other committees that create so that we can really try to have a unified approach so that we're not all just repeating the same things over and over. So I think that's really key. And also we're working to nurture the supply base. The suppliers are different than with traditional manufacturers, where they're oftentimes in traditional machine shops. They have many machines and employees. Oftentimes with additive you have small mom and pop shops, and it's an expensive and difficult industry to be in. And so we do work to nurture those small startup companies to help them qualify, to provide them with projects which help them understand what our expectations are and things like that. So that part is really organically grown, I think.